Everybody is fighting a battle you cannot see. In the midst of the smiling faces and everything we see, everyone is fighting one thing or the other. In the midst of all of that, everyone is dealing with one thing or the other. One of the most dangerous things about modern life is how easy it has become to forget people are human. This year, people are judged quickly. One mistake, one bad moment, one emotional reaction, and suddenly strangers online feels qualified to define an entire person. But what we often forget is this: everybody is carrying something. Some people are grieving quietly, some are financially stressed, some are emotionally exhausted, some are battling anxiety, while some are smiling publicly. And because pain is often invisible, people assume others are okay simply because they continue functioning. But functioning is not proof of peace. The person laughing loudly may be struggling internally. The person posting confidently may secretly feel insecure. The person who seems fine may be carrying pressure nobody knows about. That's why empathy matters, not fake kindness. Real empathy, the kind that pauses before judging, the kind that listens before assuming, the kind that remembers people are more complicated than the small moments you see. Everyone you meet has a history you cannot fully understand, a story, a struggle, a fear, and the world becomes colder when people stop recognizing each other's humanity. In a culture addicted to quick opinions, choosing compassion becomes revolutionary. You do not know how close someone is to breaking, which means your kindness may matter more than you realize. A conversation, patience, encouragement, small things can keep people going, and sometimes the people who appear strongest externally are silently hoping someone notices they are tired. So be careful with your words, careful with your assumptions, careful with how you treat people, because everybody is fighting battles you cannot see, and the energy you give people matters. So my challenge is this week: intentionally show patience and kindness to people, especially those who seem distant, frustrated, or difficult. You never know what someone is silently carrying. You might be the first person in your family trying to heal. Healing is hard enough already, but it becomes even harder when you're trying to break cycles. To break cycles that existed long before you were born. Some people grew up around unspoken trauma, poor communication, emotional suppression, survival mode, and because those patterns were normalized, nobody questioned them. Nobody questioned them until you did. More people are becoming aware of generational pain, the habits passed down, the emotional wounds repeated, the unhealthy coping mechanisms they inherited, and trying to heal those things can feel lonely. Because when you start changing, not everyone understands it. Some people mock therapy. Some people mock therapy, so not everybody understands it. They mock boundaries, they mock emotional honesty. Because your healing challenges patterns they became comfortable with. But someone has to begin the change, isn't it? Someone has to learn healthier communication, healthier love, healthier relationship, healthier emotional expression. Maybe, just maybe, that person is you. And yes, it's exhausting sometimes. Healing generations of pain while trying to survive your own life is heavy. But your effort matters because healed people create healthier environments for future generations. Your healing is bigger than you. Every healthy habit you build, every emotional pattern you break, every boundary you learn changes more than your own life, and that's powerful. So my challenge is identify one unhealthy pattern you grew up around you and intentionally practice a healthy alternative this week. Some people are addicted to being busy because silence reveals too much. Not everybody stays busy because they are productive. Some people stay busy because they are avoiding themselves, avoiding difficult emotional conversations, avoiding unhealed wounds, avoiding loneliness, avoiding fear. Business has become socially rewarded. If you're always working, always moving, always occupied, people praise you. But constant business can become emotional escape because silence reveals things distraction hides. Silence reveals exhaustion, sadness, confusion, and many people fear stillness because stillness forces honesty. So they overload their schedules, not always intentionally but emotionally. They keep moving because stopping feels uncomfortable. But the thing is, healing requires moments where you stop running from yourself. You cannot process emotions you constantly distract yourself from. Eventually, unaddressed emotions catch up. That's why some people break down during quiet moments, not because they are weak, because suppressed emotions finally surfaced. Stillness is important, reflection is important, rest is important. Your value is not measured by how exhausted you are, and a constantly busy life can still feel emotionally empty. So, my challenge for you is to take 30 uninterrupted minutes this week with no distractions, no productivity, and no entertainment, just honest reflection about how you truly feels. You are not behind in life, you are just watching too many people. One of the biggest lies this generation believes is this: I'm behind. Behind financially, behind socially, behind in success, behind in life. And most of the time, that feeling doesn't come from your actual reality, it comes from comparison. People are exposed to hundreds of lives every single day. Someone getting married, someone buying a house, someone traveling the world, someone becoming successful at 22, and without realizing it, people begin measuring their entire worth against timelines they were never meant to follow. But comparison destroys perspective because social media really shows the depth, the stress, the loneliness, the sacrifices. They only show moments, and moments are not full realities. You are not supposed to bloom at the exact time at the same speed as everybody else. Some people grow early, others grow slowly. Some people succeed publicly, some build quietly. Neither path is wrong. The danger is becoming so obsessed with other people's progress that you stop appreciating your own journey. Life is not a race with millions of competitors. It is personal, journey with personal timing, and constantly rushing yourself, creating anxiety that steals your joy from the present. You are not late. You are learning, growing, becoming, and becoming takes time. So, my challenge is stop comparing your progress to others this week. Focus only on becoming slightly better than you were yesterday. You're allowed to reinvent yourself. One of the most beautiful things about being human is the ability to change. Yet, so many people stay trapped inside old identities, old mistakes, old labels, old expectations. People often feel pressure to stay the same because others are comfortable with familiar versions of them. But growth naturally changes people. You are allowed to become wiser, more disciplined, more peaceful. You are allowed to outgrow old habits, old environments, old mindsets, and yet some people will resist your evolution because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. But don't shrink yourself to maintain other people's comforts. Reinvention is not fake, it's intentional evolution. The person you were at 16 should not be identical to the person you are becoming now. You do not owe permanent sameness to anyone, and your future deserves a version of you that keeps evolving. Do not imprison yourself inside outdated identities. You are still becoming. So, my challenge is identify one outdated belief or label about yourself that no longer reflects who you want to become and consciously stop carrying it.